Anton, it's day 2 at the Seamless conference in Dubai. And today we have a recording about like an ultra-fast business called Yalla Markets. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us a bit more about Yalla Market, what it is and what it does?
Okay, hi everyone. So my name is Anton. I'm CEO of Yalla Market. Launched this company 2 years ago. Our first business model was that we wanted to build and want to build a unicorn in this market and to make the fastest grocery delivery like in the Middle East. So we achieved second part. Now we are for the fastest, like our average delivery in 11-12 minutes. And yes, so right now we are working in Dubai. We are launching now in Saudi, in Riyadh, and in 2 years we have a plans to achieve to conquer all Middle East, all MENA countries and cities.
Can you give some rough numbers about the business or how many drivers are working for you? I guess you deliver yourself. How many customers are you serving?
Speak honestly, it's a flexible number. So we have, if we speak about our grocery delivery and first business model, which we created grocery delivery through our dark stores, through our infrastructure, we had in the top, it's around 250 drivers in one day. Approximate 1,500 orders per day and 7 dark stores we had. Right now, actually, we optimized it to 3 dark stores, 1 big warehouse, central warehouse, and 2 dark stores in Marina and in Al Wasl, which are covering English and local people in Al Wasl, and Marina is post-Soviet Union countries nationalities who covered 90% of this district. So for them, they prefer to work with us than with others grocery deliveries.
And we obviously have Lina today again here in the podcast. Before you have to jump on stage, and you're also bringing the consumer perspective in here. Are you using Yalla Markets?
Good morning, everyone. Hi, Anton. Very nice to have you here. Yes, I am a user of Yalla Markets, and I think, as Anton mentioned, it is super, super fast. And sometimes I actually find, I probably, as some of you know, I'm Lithuanian. So the goods that you're mentioning, for the post-Soviet sort of countries, they have a very wide assortment of, I would say, Eastern European type of products and 10 to 12 minutes delivery. They're definitely striving to achieve that. So it is, I would say it's another quick commerce, and we have quite a few of them in Dubai. But I think the most distinct fact about them is a different type of assortment that they cater for.
Would you also agree on this USP? Do you have a lot of competition here? It's like when I want to have, now we are here in the middle of Dubai. Is this still considered Dubai downtown where we are? So we are in the World Trade Center. If I start looking for quick delivery services right now in my app, how many options will I find apart from Yalla Market?
Actually, speak honestly, for us, we understood that this quick delivery and in 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes, it's our wet fantasy that would work. Actually, for people, 30 minutes, it's also for them, it's okay, in a speed of delivery. So if we speak about competitors, yes, we have a lot of competitors, but we prefer to work with them as a partners. We prefer to make a win-win partnership with them, and for example, to try to create a different collaboration. Or to, for example, start working with aggregators, start working with different marketplaces. And actually, our second business model is a good fit in these collaborations, because we understood that all over the world, a lot of different companies who created different brands, different products, they wanted to expand, but they don't know how to do it. They're afraid of this. And they come to us and ask us to help them to expand their products all over Middle East. And we are using our infrastructure and come, for example, I don't know, some condoms from Japan. We bring here. We list them in all marketplaces and aggregators, and this is win-win solution for everyone.
And what is such a marketplace or such a platform like InstaShop? Because I saw a lot of InstaShop drivers.
Yes, so there is InstaShop, there is Noon, Now. But I think what Anton means, in terms of it's actually like a distributor, right, model where you bring also your own brands. So you are becoming like you are one of the quick commerce players, but you're also a seller on other marketplaces, the exclusive brands that they import into the region. So it's kind of like B2C and B2B, if you like.
But then in this case, so I understand like the traditional quick commerce model, I understand. You have to fill like your dark stores and then you're getting an order from a customer, I don't know, 3 milk, 3 yogurts, 3 Japanese condoms, whatever. Then you put it in a box and then one of your drivers is driving it to the marina or whatever warehouse you're using. In the collaboration business model, when like an Insta shop driver will pick something up, so a customer would have ordered from the Insta shop platform, has this certain this item from your warehouse will be picked up by this driver.
Actually, on the market, there is more than 70 different marketplaces and
70
right now. Yes,
in Dubai.
In Dubai only. Yes. So like we are growing to start working with them. Like 20 of them already we're working. And like, yes, it's a model. It depends. If we speak about InstaShop, if we speak about Amazon, a different model. If we speak about that, we are working with some products through our own warehouses. Sometimes we use warehouse of
But
Amazon.
All these platforms are fighting for the same customer, right? They
Correct.
all fight for the time on my screen to order from them. That's correct. How can this work like with 70? It's not even working with like 5 in Berlin. How is this possible?
Good IT team who can synchronize all accounts and create like to synchronize all accounts.
Not just from a Yalla perspective, just from like a pure market perspective. There's like 70 marketplaces fighting for the same customer, fighting for, I don't know, how many people are living here? Like 3 million in Dubai, 3.5, more or less. Fighting for the same 3.5 million people for screen time.
It's growing market, it's growing business, it's growing market, it's growing city, it's growing country. So like, have you seen these numbers like of the prognosis of the government that like Dubai will become in 2 million more population by 2030? So like
maybe just
for everyone, for every company, like for every aggregator, there will be enough potential. Yes, enough clients.
Oh, okay. Just maybe to add, so yes, it's super competitive. So what that enables is when we say 70, the majority of them are very specialized, right? So each and every single of them have a different USP. So they are not all like gorillas in the Western world, right? So some of them will be delivering only Dubai Marina area. Some of them will be only operating in the Palm Jumeirah. Some of them will be only operating this like World Trade Center sort of area. So you kind of have like a quick commerce player nearly in every single part of Dubai. So that's why the quantity is so big. When you talk about consumer, so like I maybe use 3 or 4 maximum, right? And then even like the question could be, why are you even using 3 or 4? First of all is actually the choice of products. So some of them are leading in fresh grocery. Others are very good in sort of FMCG products. Others always have the most competitive pricing. So if you're looking for a brand like Ariel, I don't know, like I have 2 kids, Pampers, diapers and all. It's the same Pampers diaper, right? They're all taking from the same distributor. So, but some of them have just better pricing. So that's why you as a consumer end up choosing it maybe 2 or 3 because you are in the control for sure. Because there are so many options from people offering you 15 minutes to people offering you 1 hour and then getting it delivered.
They also different aggregators and marketplaces. For example, like for fashion, they're focusing on fashion, on clothes. Someone focusing on electronics only. Someone focusing on different categories. So like they are not like in how it called in general way aggregators for everyone for everything.
But how though one of the arguments we've heard 2 days ago from Carrefour or yesterday from Panda is that this model is going to be very hard to scale to profitability because you need so many orders on a dark store basis, and you have like always the cost involved. You have to set up the dark store, fill the dark store, have the driver, the IT system. And it's even for them, it's not so easy to make money on the scheduled delivery next day. Needless to say that it's harder to make money on like the 60-minute delivery. I try to remember what our Panda podcast guest said yesterday. Is that I think their estimation is you would need 5,000 orders a day on a dark store to turn it into profitability. Would you agree or disagree?
No, for sure no. We have less numbers to become profitable. So like for us right now, one dark store in our business model needs approximate like up to 500 orders with our current economics. So like unit economics. So like up to 500 orders at dark stores become profitable.
How many items is like the average basket usually containing for a customer for order?
7 to 10, but like our customers order croissant, coffee, iPhone, and something for, I don't know, for breakfast in one order.
Okay. And do you have like peak times during the day? Like, is it the evening? Is it the parties? Is it the lunchtime?
Evening and breakfast is like peak times.
And how do you manage then the driver capacity? Because if you have like peak times, then usually you have like during the lower times a lot of drivers waiting, and usually not enough drivers during the peak time. How do you manage this inventory?
Very easy. So like for us, fleet divided onto how it called in morning schedule and evening schedule. So like and part of the fleet they are working by hours. So like we are working with different agency. We are not hiring on ourselves. Like 90% of fleet it's hiring through agency, and we are hiring them by hours, and they are covering these peak times. 2 or 3 extra riders come and just covering all our depends.
Do you see other providers, other quick commerce providers from other countries entering Dubai, or is it all like Dubai started quick commerce businesses?
Like
Getir, for example, from Turkey. So they tried to get into like the German market, like with setting up like their own delivery operations under the name of Getir. Then they learned, okay, that's just not scaling. Let's buy Gorillas, and now maybe let's buying Flink. So is it the same kind of momentum
it's a matter
here?
of time. Right now, no, I haven't seen any of like big entries, but like I think it's a matter of time, and for sure when the world will understand, like of the world of Q-commerce will understand that here they can make business, they will come obviously here also. Right, Talabat, right, Deliveroo, right, Delivery Hero. They came here once from Germany and start buying like different.
Just to add to that, I think quick commerce in the UAE started by other Middle Eastern startups. So they weren't born here, right? So Talabat, Kuwait, Drops, Kuwait, so from Kuwait, most of the actually quick commerce players that are successful here and leading in the market came from Kuwait. Kuwait, if you remember our past podcast of Ahmed, it's a perfect market to test. So most of them like test there, and then the next area they expand is the UAE. But I would say they were the first ones to come with a quick commerce. And now, like everything we see, it's mainly like UAE born startups. But I agree with you, Anton. There is no like gorillas or anyone trying to enter from the Western world into the Middle East. It's either they were born in Middle East, just different country, like GCC startup, or actually from the UAE.
Then one other path of expansion for the European Q-commerce startups was to say, okay, we have this delivery fleet now. There's no other quick commerce or quick delivery fleets. Let's leverage this fleet for other business models, like for pharmacies, for example. So people can start like ordering their pharmacy delivery, and a quick commerce service would deliver it. Totally makes sense from my point of view, because like just for a pharmacy chain to build up all this like inventory, drivers, software, hard to do, hard to scale. Here in Dubai or like in other countries like in Vietnam, you have like this kind of super apps. Here you have Careem, in Vietnam you have Grab, in Indonesia you have Gojek. Is this an expansion path you're looking into, like doing this service, like just the infrastructure from a logistics perspective for other retail partners?
Yes, actually, what we are doing right now, our main business model, it's like called Yalla Hub. That I already started to explain that. Like we help to different brands all over the world to expand their business like all over the world. It's not only connected to Middle East; it's like connected to all the world right now. We are hiring different agents in China, in Asia, in Europe also, like, and we will start conquer their market. So like if we speak about pharmacy right now, we have a project that we are start working with a license. We are start working with a biggest pharmacy distributor here. So we will help to him to become digital. So like we called ourselves as a digital distributor. For pharmacy and expanding of different categories.
But what is it exactly? I don't understand. So it's more than just like providing drivers for the pharmacy, right?
It's providing the full infrastructure. You don't need to open company here. You don't need to get license. You don't need bank accounts. You don't need to come here. You just arrange. We are arranging logistic. International. We are arranging here full infrastructure for brands. Our fleet, like we take all dirty job of operations to make business for different owners of brands, and we believe that brand owner must focus on the like developing his product, but we will make business here. Like,
so I can add, Alex, to exactly your question is. Yalla Market is trying to become like entry. So like go-to-market strategy is driven by them into this region. They don't have a fleet. So they don't have like their own drivers. So to your European point, they cannot sublease the drivers to other entities here. So that's not the service they can offer.
But that's what I understood.
Because they don't have
you have own drivers. You have not own drivers.
No.
We have some like for 15 minutes delivery for local hyper local delivery. We have our own drivers. We have our own electric bicycles and etc. For 30 minutes zones and 60 minute zones, we have like agencies with
third party. Yeah. So like where gorillas saw anyone, the majority of the investment would go into the drivers, and completely fleet is owned by them. Here, the guys are kind of having hybrid model. So therefore, to kind of lease those drivers is also not an option because they haven't scaled their own yet.
Okay, but then let's stick with the Yalla Hub model for a second. So can you give a more specific example? Let's not go into the pharmacy world, maybe like a different, I'm a fashion brand, maybe expanding into Dubai or Middle East, then I should work with Yalla Hub?
Yes, fashion also like we are working with, so it's a little bit more difficult business model because you need to take on these clothes to try, and like a lot of different operations difficulties there, but we are working on this also. We already brought from Oman one girl who is manufacturing different clothes for women, like hats, like kanduras and all this stuff. So for from Eastern Europe also we were bringing different like grocery, famous well-known brands of grocery like healthy food and etc. which we help to expand here, and different cosmetics. Cosmetics is one of the top.
So then you're moving away a bit from the competition for the attention on the screen into more like a service B2B business. Is this correct?
D2C. It's like, speak honestly, direct to customer.
But would you control then the customer relation for let's take the fashion brand from Oman? You said, okay, let's take the Oman fashion brand. So what is exactly the service you're offering? You offer them, okay, please give us this container of clothes and we take care that it finds its customers. We do marketing for you and logistics.
We will take care about where to keep it. We will take care where to sell it. We will take care how to speak with customers. We will take care about marketing. We will take care about feedbacks, and we will take care about full analytics of sales, even nationalities who bought your products.
And how do you find the customers for those products?
Through working collaborations with different aggregators and marketplaces. We have accounts all over.
But those aggregators, they own the customer access. That's actually where Lina would log in and buy the product. And nobody in this kind of chain shows Yalla Market as the provider, right? You just see the product and yes.
For us, it doesn't matter how to name account. Somewhere we named Yalla Market, somewhere we named Yalla Hub, somewhere we named even, I don't know, Yum Foods. And so
So you're becoming kind of a 360-degree service agency.
Yes. When we started, because we started as a Yalla Market, as a classic e-commerce business, with our own dark stores, to work with different distributors, to work with different manufacturers, in Dubai, to create grocery delivery, yes. And we understood that 90% of them expats who came with products from their country and try to make business here. And we understood that we can help them to make it faster and to make it not only B2B, but D2C. It's direct to customer.
Okay. And what would be the alternative for such a brand in Oman? It would be she would have to find distributors here or retail chains taking on her merchandise, right?
Competitors now we don't have, because with our scope of offers, of what we are doing to our customers, so we don't have competitors right now.
So the closest to, I would say, I agree, you don't have a competitor, but I think the closest you have is Amazon fulfillment, right? So when you ship into the Amazon warehouses and they're in charge of pretty much selling your products in the country. But what Amazon requires is product has to be registered in the country. And I think that's what Anton mentions, is that for small brands, right? So I always have Lina.com sort of example. If I have these jackets and I want to sell the jacket, for me to understand how the Middle East works in terms of product registration, the VAT, the legal side of operating the entity here is very complex. So whenever you are as a small business trying to scale and think which country should I sell it on, most of them end up working with distributors, because distributor takes the pain of that. It's not that I cannot do it myself. It's just that I cannot do it at this moment in time, while I'm also trying to build a small business. So I think what Anton is trying to provide is that being that digital distributor, someone who will take the distribution sort of pain away from the smaller brands globally that want to enter the Middle East region.
And when you're talking about expansion into other markets here like Riyadh, you're talking about expanding the Yalla Hub model or the ultra fast delivery Yalla Market model?
It's the same. We are expanding ultra fast Yalla Hub model in Riyadh. So we know how to do ultra fast delivery. We have different partners in Riyadh. We teach them how to do this ultra fast delivery. We teach them how to keep products in the good way. And the model to find different products all over the world, it's the same like in Dubai. So
how important is this convenience factor of this ultra fast delivery? That's one of the main questions we had in Europe. So how important is 50 minutes, 30 minutes versus the scheduled delivery next day? Because from a legacy supermarket perspective, they will always say a planned delivery next day is always good enough. The convenience part is good enough. The ultra fast business is always thought, the faster the better, because nobody needs to plan anymore. It doesn't matter if you want to have your dinner in an hour and want to start cooking yourself, and you can just order. And you have obviously gathered some customer data now. So what's your view on this?
We believe that on-demand delivery is the most convenient way, because, speak honestly, next day delivery plan, it's not working in Dubai. If you buy somewhere in marketplaces, in any marketplace on next day delivery, you will never receive in the minute by minute when you plan to receive it. For example, they will deliver in the morning or in the evening.
Lina told me you're a next day delivery customer, right?
So maybe let me elaborate a bit on more. I think in Dubai, because we have all the nationalities possible living here, right? And every single nationality comes with their own expectations. So in the countries like Germany, UK, mainly European countries, we are quite used to doing things ourselves, right? So even the next day, it's convenient for us, because we are used to where we're coming from. We're used to planning it, ordering, and we're used to traditional supermarket model. if you look at Dubai and UAE in general, even before we entered e-commerce era, here you always had a shopkeeper's phone number, right? That you can call, place the quick commerce order, right? And when you place the order, they deliver to your house. Instead of ordering through the app, you were able to order it through, just through the phone number. So this model never ever existed. Imagine in Germany, in the middle of Berlin, calling someone in the shop and saying, can you deliver me a can of Red Bull? Like people would actually find it like, say what? Like data protection, your phone number, all of that, is just total taboo for us. Well, in the Middle East, that was totally, totally normal. And it was always very acceptable. So what the quick commerce players done it here is that they just digitize the phone conversation and they digitize how people are going on. Let's say they're ordering instead of through the phone is through the app. So what that changes is when you think about the pre-scheduled delivery, you actually buy weekly shopping, right? Like the family's placing the orders for them. On a quick commerce, and Anton can confirm it to you and tell you more about what do they order. But it's always what I need right now. I'm cooking. I'm missing a key ingredient. I want a breakfast. I'm missing coffee. So it's always very like an ice cream model, like you never think of scheduling in advance. You just want it now. Right, I think you would agree that the orders
in general, yes. Yeah. So like even we started our model when we created MVP, we I discussed with one of supermarket with Indian guy, and I told him, man, give me a table and 2 chairs and I will start delivering your products not only through your tower but all over GLT district. And we bought from a Czech student for $15,000 one ERP system and this MVP of marketplace, and we just checked in 4 weeks we received already our first order online. And how we found customers. So we started different online marketing and etc. But in reality we came to guys who on the cashier start buying products, and my guys told to my team told to these customers let me help to you to bring your bags to home. And while they're going, they start selling this idea about you don't need to come to supermarket, you don't need to call to the shop, come to our marketplace and make order online. You don't need to communicate with shop at all. So, and for people, it become more profitable, more useful.
They digitized the phone. That already existed in Dubai. I came here 10 years ago. E-commerce wasn't another thing. I can order everything from everyone over the phone.
It's interesting that it's yesterday with a recording with a manager from AdNoc, and he's also he was also talking about 2 or 3 innovations where there's less need for the customer to talk with the storekeeper. You can they have an license plate recognition system, so you can keep your windows closed. You just drive there, and the service person can select the right right guest. It's okay. So this is also a driver here. So less communication is a driver for convenience. What's the convenience factor?
Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe now let's switch, so it is very competitive, but you guys been doing a great job in the last 2 years, and clearly you're growing, you're looking into new business models. So how difficult it is to actually get new customers and customer retention in general, considering we, as you mentioned, at the moment we're in 70 aggregators, like quick commerce players, probably next time I see you will be 90. Or maybe even the 70, but the new ones came, right? The old ones closed. So we're constantly, like restaurants in Dubai, we're constantly closing and opening new, and it's the same on the quick commerce space. Maybe you can elaborate more on the consumer side. How are you finding new customers and how do you keep them?
Actually, we failed 3 times in bringing new customers. So we know how to do it. Now we know how to do it, but these 2 years it was challenging to understand exactly which channels are the most convertible into customers, and how to keep these customers for second, for third order, for fourth, and they become our platform, our marketplace must be like habit, must be addictive. So three main focus. So first, it's influencers. Here works very well. It's the best like channel of incoming leads. It's like influencers. I know one girl. She's local. She making YouTube videos 3 hours. She's going around like Carrefour. For example, she put on the basket this GoPro camera and start commenting different products. She's like has hidden marketing, like for example, some milk. Every time she takes some milk and just speak good about this. This video is like 3 hours. She has 10 million of viewers of this. And a lot of girls, like thousands of comments, and we started once working with her. She's very expensive, by the way, but it was working. Like a lot of different customers, a lot of locals start coming, but we didn't have good assortment for them that time. That we failed, like one of fails. So like influencers, it is good. Second, it's for us, we understood that. How to work with organic, like we need to focus on different nationalities, like better to focus on 1, 2, 3 maximum nationalities to cover like assortment for them and to be sure that we covering like majority of different scenarios. We are focusing work with assortment like based on scenarios. For example, you have breakfast. What Indian usually eat on breakfast? We just need to cover like 100% of products, like to even we create breakfast for Indian like category, like button on the in our application. So it starts working for attention, and for attention also working is we covering different scenarios. Like you mentioned about ice cream, about small orders. Right now we have approximate 150 dirham. It's our average order value for grocery delivery. It's a very big number. It's like you come to supermarket like downstairs and buy for breakfast and for dinner like products. How we achieve it? We start adding different. For example, like we bake croissants and bread by ourselves. We make coffee by ourselves. Also, we have coffee machines, we have baristas, and we just covering different scenarios. We start covering different scenarios in electronics. For example, we added iPhones, and we start receiving orders from iPhones. People must have ability to spend their money, and usually aggregators don't give them this ability, like opportunity to spend money. We added black caviar, and we have one of the best retention on black caviar. We have small 50 gram black caviar. It costs...
How much is it?
Like approximately 300 dirham. And 500 gram black caviar. It costs 1,500, something like this. And we have people usually come, buy small. In 3 days, they come back and buy big. So like we
very
have this.
Nice, very good.
So yes, and third part is like the more scenarios, the more categories you're covering. That's like people must. We have different different needs through the day. I don't know. Like in the morning, I want a coffee. I wanna make breakfast. In the lunch, I wanted to buy sandwich. I wanted to buy salad. Some Greek salad. In the dinner, I wanted to buy some sausages or barbecue or like different meats and to cover like dinner for family. Maybe some girl in Palm wake up in the villa and I want a new iPhone. Okay, here is new iPhone. And so that's how we are working with these scenarios. And more scenarios we're covering, more times people start thinking about, Yalla Market, we can buy there. Yalla Market, we can buy there. And that's how it works.
But what I hear in that is that all these decisions that you make is based on a lot of data and data analysis. So maybe you can elaborate a bit more on the importance of data for Yalla Markets and what learnings do you have here in terms of capturing the data, retaining it, using it, analyzing it? Because a lot of the big retailers are struggling even from the technology point of view and also from the talent standpoint of view when it comes to analyzing the data to come to these decisions. As you say that for breakfast, they eat A, B, C, D.
No, so Actually, we all decisions trying to make based on numbers. Only in like 5% of our decision based on our like hallucinations and like what we think that like as a hypothesis. We check the different hypotheses, and there is no even data. We just check, but with particular numbers. But actually, what we received, we understood maybe like in percentage that people. We thought that, for example, if we prepare some products and assortment for Indian, only Indian will come. No, we start receiving locals. Approximately 33% of our customers are local people, like who is from here. Like even Eastern Europe, it's only 45, something like this. We are like actually part of our team from Russia, me from Ukraine, and like we have multinational team, but like we prefer to bring like different products like locals from, for example, from Russia, from Eastern Europe, like yes, and this is like hype. People like people miss their home. People miss their home country, people miss their home products. And like when we bring some home products for, it doesn't matter, for Indian, for English people, for German also, yes, something we start bringing and it's trigger for them. So like this, it's how it works.
Okay, if we're gonna meet here again, like next year in Dubai for the next Seamless conference, or like in Riyadh in end of this year, what is the biggest thing you're gonna talk about then?
Come again, sorry.
When you're going to meet again next year here at the Seamless conference or in Riyadh in September, what's going to be the big thing you're going to talk about? What are you preparing now?
No, like right now we preparing one interesting model. I unfortunately can't speak about this right now, but like Leo, I hope till September will obviously will tell about this. And if we speak about like expanding, so yes, we will speak about like how we start working in different markets, not only in Middle East, not only in Dubai, and how it was working to connect different countries, different brands, like, and keeping and managing this business, for example, from Dubai, but to start selling like products from Germany in Singapore. And what we wanted to discuss like in 1 year with you.
It's a good hook to sell like a second episode of Yalla Markets in the Riyadh conference. It sounds for me like a rather complex business actually, because it's changing so fast. So customer behavior is changing, but I already discussed with Lina, the ones that are winning are the ones that are adapting faster. So it seems you're like on the winning streak here. Very also interesting to hear what your numbers are, which you need actually to turn a dark store like into profitable business. Obviously, we need to follow up with Panda and Carrefour, or they may calculate with the wrong numbers here. So, Anton, thank you for your time, and also Lina, thank you for all the insights and your consumer perspective here.